everyone. Look, there's no denying this has been another week with news in it, so we are back to selectively pick it apart. Welcome along to the new shiny 7 days. And like an all-black coach picking off the easy teams in the group stage, we're rotating our team leaders this year. And I do expect a lot of criticism on Talkback Radio for that. Let's find out who is in charge this week, shall we? And the leader of Team 1 has the flamboyance of a theatre kid, but weirdly with the hair of the boy who bullied him at school. It's Chris Parker. How's the week been, Chris?
Oh, pretty good, actually. I am like an uncle now. Lots of babies being born in my family. Not my kids, God, I don't want them. But they keep using the term gunkle in my family. Sorry? Like a gay uncle. Oh. And I'm so confused because I don't really know why the sexual preference has to come before the job description. Like, are there certain jobs I'm supposed to be doing as a gay uncle that the straight uncles aren't? Like, the straight uncle will teach him how to, like, kick a ball and I'll teach him how to keep a secret for 21 years.
All right, but you can talk about other people. Who have you got on your team?
Really good team. I don't care what anyone else is saying about them. I love them. One half of the comedy duo Two Hearts. We've got Joseph Moore, and both halves of Melanie Bracewell. Melanie Bracewell.
I'm really glad she's back together. That's good. And leading Team 2, whenever a guy says women aren't funny, she sleeps with their wife. The scariest thing you'll ever see on an African safari. Urzila, Carlson. Just true, isn't it? How's your week been?
Yeah, good. I mean, I spent a lot of time with your wife.
Great stuff. And well, who's on your team, Urs?
Well, Jeremy, it doesn't look like much because I look like the rejects from Beauty and the Geek, but Liv is all the way from Christchurch, Liv McKenzie, and she's used to natural disasters, so we've got Ray O'Leary right next to her.
Always love it when Ray's on. I know the account's going to be straightened out. Right. Corby has decreed that we shall begin with a round of Newsmakers this week. I'm going to present our teams with some form of media from the week of news. They tell me why it's newsworthy, and Team 1 will start with you. And I feel too many people use the visual medium of TV, so I got rid of that. We're going to have audio for you. So listen to this.
Oh my God, you serious? Is it? Even better. Oh my God, that's just even better news.
So why was that in the news?
I think that was Urzila and your wife.
He's working like, oh, that's even better news.
Oh, I've never heard him make that noise.
I think that was in the news because Ray O'Leary's mum just found out he's moving out.
That's not true, I'm staying.
I think I actually was watching the news, and obviously this is about people reuniting now that MIQ's been scrapped. I think Jacinda Ardern's official statement was, screw it, I give up.
Yes, that is, in fact, a traveller arriving from Australia on Monday, thrilled to learn they don't have to enter MIQ. They can self-isolate. The government has officially scrapped MIQ as of midnight yesterday for everyone except that pregnant Taliban journalist, Charlotte Bellis. That she can stay wherever she is right now.
It's good to know that, we're doing all that we can to tackle Omicron, the system of not wearing your mask outside, going to a cafe, putting it on for 10 seconds and taking it off again. It seems to be really working. I'm considering just booking a hotel and then just ordering Uber Eats every day and going, oh, I hate this hell. Just to give myself the experience,
I never got to do MIQ, but I love the idea of it, You need somewhere to unwind after your holiday, and personally, I need 10 days by myself to get rid of the accent I picked up on holiday.
I did MIQ, and it's such a weird experience. You get your hour of exercise each day, and we went up there, and it's the Defence Force that sort of keep you in line. And he was sitting there, like with his legs up, like he was reading a novel, but he was reading a Where's Wally book. Like, oh, New Zealand Defence Force. He was like, as if it was just this gripping... He was just like, there's definitely porn in there.
But did he find him?
I also just want to say that hour exercise, because I've done MIQ too. It's not compulsory. You didn't have to do it. I was like, the first time they knocked, they go, you can come do some exercise. I'm like, do I have to? They go, no, you can stay in your room. Thanks.
I'm just, now that MIQ is officially over, I'm just wondering how long it is before Mike Hosking says we should bring it back.
So the government's put in new rules now, without MIQ, and the new rule is like if you go to pick someone up from the airport, you have to sit as far apart as possible in the car, which I feel like might ruin the moment if you're like, oh, Nana, I haven't seen you in 2 years. Get in the boot.
How good is it that we can travel again? That we can travel, we can leave, we can come back. It's so good. I think pretty soon the only person with 20,000 cases is going to be me at Strandbags on my way to holiday.
Boom.
I've never understood why you can buy a suitcase at the airport.
That is odd.
Are people arriving with their clothes just oh, thank God, I was looking for someone to buy a bag.
All right, Team 2, your turn now. Your clue is a picture. Take a look at this. OK, why were these folk in the news?
I don't know, but I love a man in uniform.
This cement's obviously setting a lot faster than that kid can move.
Is this what they get up to when the Mario Brothers aren't go-karting?
These kids are working hard. They're already starting on the Parliament playground rebuild.
No, it does look a little bit biblical, like a Gloriavale vibe. OK, what do you reckon it is?
I think Gloriavale seems...
Gloriavale
I see hills.
something. All right, Jeremy. This is Brother Goodness, Brother Fairness, and Brother Short Stuff building a new church at Gloriavale.
Well, sort of. You got the Gloriavale bit right. Members of Gloriavale appeared in employment court this week to debate whether residents of the commune be treated as volunteers or employees, with some reports of some in the community being forced into work as young as 6. And people say that 6-year-olds working at Gloriavale is wrong, but cut them some slack. I mean, they've got a wife to support and a kid on the way.
Like they say it's child labour, but I think Gloriavale just asked, oh, hey, Jonesy, give us a job with a hand this Saturday.
Oh, she's a big job, mate.
I don't know, I can't really judge them because I would join a cult to meet a man. But not Gloriavale because I'm not a hat person.
They're going to court, right?
Yes.
So it's just weird to imagine Gloriavale people in court. Like, we bring on our first witness, God.
They have to install kind of high-speed internet, right, for them to go online in court. And I think they all got confused because Chorus Fibre is the name of one of the residents. I hope these kids never leave. I know people say, we want them to get out, but I hope these kids never leave Gloriavale. Like, I don't want to enter the job market going up against a 16-year-old with 10 years work experience.
They've got their own airline, Gloriavale.
Really?
Yeah,
they do. They've got heaps of businesses. They've got a honey company, they've got a skincare company, and they've got an airline, but instead of life jackets, they have Bibles under the chair.
Oh, God, I would not get in a plane if the pilot was hopeful Christian. Right, you're not even sure.
It's crazy to think that if I had joined Gloriavale, I could be married by now.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I don't think my brother's that hot.
But yeah, apparently the people at Gloriavale, they don't consider themselves, workers. They want to work for free. They consider themselves volunteers, like firefighters or nurses or teachers.
You do wonder if COVID gives them worker shortages and stuff. I hear they've only got one man on the butter churner and one woman to breastfeed all the children. There. It's stressful.
Just imagine those titties at the end of a long day.
Don't call me Fonterra for nothing.
That is Newsmakers. Good Newsmakers. Well done, teams. For points, Team 1, you can have the number of wins Kiwi IndyCar driver Scott McLaughlin has after winning his first race in Florida on the weekend. Pretty big event in motorsport. He has one, so you get one. And you can have the price of a 5-pack of rat tests from the warehouse now, $31.99, about $6 each, which means this week's first star on the sticker chart goes to Team 2. Sorry, don't take any complaints. But what do the stars mean? Well, they mean our most successful team will be walking away with a prize plucked straight from the headlines. I invite you to ooh and ah as I reveal this week's state-of-the-art prize. Yes, it's the shot put from freshly retired Valerie Adams' gold medal winning throw at the 2012 Olympic Games. Or certainly one that looks a little bit like it. But that's not all. I'll also throw in the shot put used by the cheating Belarusian who was falsely awarded gold on the day. Yeah. Ah, yes, it wouldn't be 7 days without that timeless segment, would it, where we force somebody from the news to stand around with an embarrassing sack on their head. Yes, it's time for Guess Who. Please welcome our Guess Who guest. Great, perfect. All right, basically you ask yes-no questions. You get a yes, you get another question, you get a no, it goes over to the other team. Team one, you can start.
So you're someone from the news. Are you Mike McRoberts?
No.
No, team two.
Are you a politician?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like the protesters or you don't like the protesters?
Well, it's a yes or
Yes-no
no.
question.
Yes or no?
No.
This isn't quite a question, but it's sort of to do with the news. Have you tried to buy a cauliflower recently? They're ridiculous.
No.
Sorry.
Hand it to team two.
So you're a politician. Do you own a business too?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you get a car park at Parliament?
No.
No one gets a car park at Parliament.
Not anymore.
You just park on the street.
It's free.
Oh, they keep forklifting mine away.
Do you work in the beehive?
No.
Oh, that's a no, team two.
Get it
I think I
right?
have an inkling of who it might be.
Do it.
Did you used to be on What Now?
No.
Oh, damn it. What the hell? I thought it was Tamati Coffee.
I don't know his name, but hopefully this is a clue. Are you about to run for mayor?
Yes.
What is his name?
Oh, I know his name.
Do you share a last name with my favourite politician, Judith?
Yes.
Are you Official Collins?
Yes.
Oh, great question line, team two. Well done, and congratulations for getting on 7 days. Not many politicians do that.
You have such a soothing voice. Could you just say, coming this summer?
Coming this summer.
Coming this summer, this guy to the mayoral seat, right? So you're trying to win the Auckland mayoralty.
Yeah.
So you've got to appeal to kind of 5-6% of the people who are going to vote.
Hopefully they're all in North Auckland and South Auckland. I'll be all right.
Screw those middle bits.
Are you a bit worried you might win? Because then you have to run Auckland and a lot of it's shitty.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. Hey, but yeah, we're up to it. I think it's going to be good.
And you got the Labor Party endorsement. That must have been a big step.
Yeah, it was a really big step, and good that we've got our whānau behind us supporting us. So that's really awesome.
We've only had Labor mayors in the super city, haven't we? So you're pretty much a shoo-in.
Yeah, I hope so.
I love a shoey. If you need anyone to help you out in West Auckland, just give me a call.
Yeah, choice.
Yeah. I know where all the good weed is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know a few streets as well. Stay out west.
Are you running on, I think, free public transport?
Yeah, that's me. There's free public
That
transport.
sounds pretty good. I mean,
like it.
I think I would rather figure out how to vote for mayor than figure out how to get a hop card. So,
Also, you realise if you don't tap on, you don't pay, so it's kind of already free.
You've never even seen the bus.
I have.
You're like, Auckland has buses?
I went on one the other day and I made a rookie mistake of sitting in the only seat that faces back, looking at everyone else.
That's a helicopter, not a bus.
So you're actually a chief in Samoa, correct?
Yeah.
The Matai. Isn't the mayoralty a bit of a step down?
No, I think it's different here in New Zealand, and we have mayors in Samoa as well, but much smaller districts, and they get good kind of backhanders too. So that doesn't happen in New Zealand.
Oh, okay, I'm glad you clarified that. I thought you were saying this is why you'll know how to handle it. I know how the wheels of commerce work. Give it up for Efeso Collins. Thanks, buddy. Good work and good work. Team one, a star for you. You guessed who.
Needed that.
we needed it.
Let's be frank, everyone's a comedian these days, so why don't you prove it? Caption this photo, then text us your caption and your name to 4088. Best caption wins $500 of Frank Energy credit. That photo is now on our 7 Days Facebook page and we'll announce our winner later tonight. And that brings us to a break. I highly recommend staying where you are because we'll be right back with Home Movies on 7 Days. 7 days, time now for a round of home movies. So earlier this week I tasked two of our panellists with reenacting a story from the week using their own personal filmmaking equipment. Their phones. I've not given them any help. I'm simply here to judge their filmmaking skills. The points go to the best home movie. All right, let's start with Team 2, where this week the filmmaking challenge was given to Ray O'Leary. Ray, I hope you know about this. The story Ray was given was the wedding bells ringing outside Parliament when a young couple tied the knot at the anti-mandate protest when it was on. That was after travelling to the event from Picton aboard a pirate ship. Ray, sounds like all the ingredients for a touching romance. Anything to add before we play your movie?
Don't know anything about weddings, don't know anything about film. I think it's perfect.
Match made in heaven. Let's witness Ray's movie.
When we got engaged, we always said we didn't want to be married in front of our friends and family, but we wanted to be married on a campsite, surrounded with portaloos with a bunch of the world's foremost epidemiologists who we only met today. I mean, it's one of the most popular wedding venues in the country. You know, I guess that's why they've been calling it a location of interest. But Sheila, you're really special. Aww. Every time I see you, you take my breath away. And you leave me fatigued, feverish, I've got a sore throat, a bit of a cough. I might have scurvy. You know, we did come on a boat, so I've probably got scurvy. Jackson, I promised... Wait, what's that in your hand? The ring. No, your other hand. Oh, that's my poo. I was hoping we could throw it at the police after this.
I thought we were only allowed to do it with ourselves. I didn't realise you could hire a beautiful actress.
Well, let's just say Scarlett Johansson can play any role. I mean, I sent this in and no one here told me that wearing that wig I looked like the Tiger King.
You text me some of your shots for your movie, and you said that you really wanted to have a tinfoil veil, but you didn't have any in your flat. Just no restrictions on budget.
But this film bankrupted me. I'll have you know that film has a lot of Oscar buzz. I told my friend Oscar about it. He's very excited.
Enough picking on Ray. What do we think about this story? Like, there they are. What do we think when we saw this?
I think she needs to raise her standards, because if a man asked me to get married at a feces-polluted, unvaccinated campsite, I'd say I'm not getting married at R&V.
I tell you what, the reception was fire.
I mean, we pick on these people, but let's give them credit where it's due. They have successfully sanitised that site yesterday, just making sure everything was burnt off and no disease left.
They ruined literally tens of dollars worth of things.
Again, we're teasing these people, but what I enjoy about the fact there was a fire and they were throwing LPG canisters in there and they were exploding.
LPG. Out of this, mate.
Throwing the LGBTQI people in there.
Those queers will sort it out.
All right, Team 1, all your eggs have gone into the Chris basket.
Oh, yes.
Designated filmmaker from Team 1, Chris Parker. The story I gave Chris, an Otago farm was forced to end its 18-year-long honesty box policy after a spate of thieves plundered their supply of fresh produce. Chris, anything in particular that inspired your filmmaking? Anything you want to say?
No, I mean, I just had the exact same restrictions as Ray had.
OK. Interesting comment. With that, it's time for the world premiere of Chris's home movie.
There's our mark over there, kid. I don't think I can do this, boss. I mean, you can't do this. It's been a plan the whole time, you piece of shit. What if something goes wrong? This crazy, man. You listen to me, you little ball bag piece of shit. Mummy's boy sucking stain. In that box over there is 12 top-of-the-line free-range eggs that are selling the black market for around $15. I'm not leaving this car until I've got those 12 hard little boys sitting in the back seat of my car. You f***ing hear me? Surely I couldn't just give them a car donation, man. It's the honest thing to do. Honesty. Now get the out of my car. Not this time. I've had it with you dishonest suckers stealing my eggs.
It's like you really knew how to drive.
What's crazy is that I've been making these weird videos outside my street for a very long time, and the neighbours have never once checked if I'm okay. Save the communities together my ass.
I love that you managed to use all the words that Jacinda wanted to use on the news to describe.
Put it out for her. I did leave that free-range egg box outside my house by mistake because I couldn't be bothered cleaning it up, and quite a few people came to check in.
This guy complaining about people stealing his eggs, now he knows how the chickens feel.
I'm just the big learning curve for me is what an honesty box is, because as a kid I just used to drive around and write, I think I'm gay, and put them in it. For a lot of explaining to do to the neighbours.
I know for a fact that people stealing from the honesty boxes in New Zealand, it's only Kiwis. Foreign people, because we don't have this wherever we're from. I'm so scared someone's watching, there's a rifle pointing at me, this is a test. I always put extra $20 in and I sort of show it. So it's Kiwis.
I was going to say, I'm vegan, so I have been stealing eggs, but to release them back into the wild.
All right, I'm no movie critic, but a bit like Rose floating on that door on the Titanic, I have to make a hard decision. Well done. Team 1, Chris, it's yours.
I would have walked.
All right, before we leave you, it's time for a quick round of Where is the Lie? I'm going to read out 4 headlines from the week. 3 are real, 1 is a headline we've completely made up. Now, you can do that with News Now, just ask the protesters. Our teams need to determine which story is fake. Let's take a look at our headlines. Headline A, reptile hailed as world's first 4-legged snake turns out to be just a lizard. Headline B, studies in British Columbia discover heatwave causes bees to ejaculate to death. Headline C, TV presenter Tony Street buys $1.8 million property on Tony Street. And headline D, company offers $6,000 to sniff dog poop for 2 months. I will leave our teams to deliberate about those. You have a think about it at home too, and we'll see you soon for the answer and more on 7 Days. Everyone's a critic these days. No, seriously. Send your frank feedback about 7 Days to this email address. Stay tuned for how we use it. Could be a laugh. Welcome back to 7 Days, you. When we left, our panellists were pondering over these 4 headlines, still doing, in fact, trying to guess which one is completely made up. Team 1, have you reached a conclusion?
We've been having some discussions over the break. It's got a bit heated.
OK.
I don't think C is real, because if she spent $1.8 million at a property and it's in Auckland, that would be a shithole.
We've got through the others before we B, I know is real because I participated in the study.
You were holding the heat gun.
Oh no, I had to dress up as a sexy bee.
We're weighing up between A and D, aren't we?
Are scientists this dumb? Like, are they going, wow, look at this 4-legged cat with big floppy ears and a snout? Oh, it's a dog.
To be fair, all the good scientists are kind of busy at the moment. You've only got the dungas left.
All right, Team 1, what are you doing? What are you locking in, Team 1?
I reckon I'm thinking we're going to go towards A, actually. So I'm locked in towards A.
Oh, are you locking in without consulting with the boys?
Yeah, I'm the leader. The boys. There's like a dictatorship running over here.
OK, Putin.
Good captaining. I like your captaining. I hope it pays off. You think A is the lie. All right, Team 2, where is the lie?
All right, well...
I know that A is real because it's clearly about my ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend.
The D, I think, I mean, I would do that. Like, I'd like to sniff... to sniff dogs, they've been sniffing us for so long. I want to know, maybe they're bringing fruit into the country. I want to turn the tables on them.
Not so smug now, Mr. Beagle.
So, yeah, I think it's C. There's no way you could buy any property in Auckland for $1.8 million.
Yeah, not anymore. All right, Jeremy, so
Yes.
we think it is a C because there's no way Tony Street would pick up a bargain like that.
All right, so Team 1, you think it's A, the false headline, and you think it's C.
Yeah.
That is the lie. Well, the fake headline there was C. Well done, Team 2. Yeah, there is a Tony Street in Henderson, an actual street, but it's mainly storage units and a sushi shop. Tony Street could well live there, but it wasn't in the news. So Team 2 gets the star. Well done. All right, for this next game, we need steel drums. There they are. A big thanks to our live steel drummer. You can't see him on camera, very camera shy. It's time for Club Topacana. Head on down to the beach, teams.
Okay.
Right, here at Club Topacana, I reach into this fresh $4.29 pineapple and squeeze out some news stories I'd like to hear more about. This is open to all teams, and we will begin with this one. Yes, OK. This week, Emirates announced it was opening a first-class lounge designed for children only. And I would like to hear some things that might be overheard in the children-only airport lounge, please.
Would the owner of a Hot Wheels monster truck please move their vehicle? You're blocking in a Barbie convertible and the Batmobile. Thank you.
I'll have the double shot chalky milk. If you don't have oat, breast is fine.
Oh, God, someone brought their parents in and they're crying. So annoying.
Hey, girl, sorry to bother you, but do you have any dry nights I could borrow? You know how to...
Hi, excuse me. I was wondering if you could upgrade me to less leg room.
Please, I cannot miss this flight. I've got custody weekend with Dad.
Yeah, I came here with my dad, but I keep losing him. Oh, there he is. No, I've lost him again. There he is.
My next one from my pineapple. We've already relived it with Ray's beautiful home movie, but let's go back to Parliament and the grounds of Parliament. Hopefully the fires are out by now. I'd like to hear some more speeches from the protesters' wedding.
No, I'm not tearing up. It's just the raw sewage is getting in my eyes.
Throw it.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. As you all know, I'm the maid of honour. Webster's Dictionary defines love as a chemical weapon designed by Bill Gates.
Hi, if everyone could avoid using the portaloo in the far right-hand corner, that's where we're going to have our honeymoon.
And while the 5 white guys with dreadlocks play in a drum circle, the bride and groom will sign their change.org petition to make Communist Cindy resign.
Yeah, guys, I just thought I'd do a little treat for the bride and groom. I think you'll all like this. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
So, I don't want to start any shit here. I've had a few wines, but I think I saw a marriage certificate, and I can't believe these bitches bound down to these Nazis.
Just before we start the ceremony, a bit of health and safety. Just kidding.
Play the steel drums one more time, please. Make your way back to your seats if you would, teams.
I hope we won that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That is a wonderful game of Club Topacana. I sure feel relaxed after that, and I'm giving a star to Team 1. Congratulations. We'll be back with Good News Battle on 7 days immediately after these important messages. See you soon. Welcome back to 7 days on an impossibly grim week where the news has been notably worse than other weeks. Congratulations, news we didn't think was possible. Now, we can't heal the world, but we can provide some temporary relief with a good old round of Good News Battle, where I challenge our teams to dive into the fine print of topical events, deliver whatever good news they can, and the team who lifts our spirits the most wins. All right, Melanie Bracewell, what good news do you bring?
This, oh, that was so sweet. This is a story. Oxford University have created the world's largest family tree that spans back generations and generations and basically connects all of humanity
Really?
down back to one single ancestor that failed the pull-out method.
Why are Oxford University doing a family tree? It seems a bit basic. Like, what's next week? Like, make a lovely title page?
I read this story and it's all these scientists going on about genomes this, genomes that. And I'm like, you bloody idiot scientists. The G is silent. It's pronounced gnome.
No, it's a hard G. It's pronounced genetics.
This is, you know, incest pornography is quite popular, you know. It's not,
didn't know that.
Well, it's not for me, but I think I can finally get into it, you know, because like brother-sister stuff, no thank you, but eighth cousin porn.
You're looking it up on ancestry.com.
All right, Team 2, Ray, can you outgood that good news story?
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, my good news story is that in California, a bear called Hank the Tank has been accused of committing crimes inside people's homes. But they've decided to let Hank, he's been acquitted because DNA evidence actually showed it was multiple bears committing the crimes. In which Hank the Tank responded and said, oh, so do all black bears look the same to you?
Now, there's some kind of bear-based confusion often happens. Like, once I thought Winnie the Pooh was having sex with my wife, but it was actually just a warehouse employee with no pants on.
Way better. What a relief. All right, going back to Team 1 now, and Joseph, what's your good news story?
Well, you know, as you might know, Jeremy, a bit of a sneakerhead. You know, so this is one for all the...
Do you like your kicks?
Yeah, this is one for all the big sneaker fans out there. There's a new sneaker in town. A New Zealand company called, I think, Orba, has released the world's first ever sneaker made entirely out of plants. That's it right there. That is made out of plants, and it's incredible. It's the first sneaker that goes great in a smoothie. And I actually have a pair myself. Me and the boys queued all weekend outside King's Plant Barn just to get one.
They biodegrade, so basically they fall apart when you wear them.
Absolutely.
And this is a New Zealand inventor.
Oh, yeah.
This is why we need tall poppy syndrome.
It's crazy because the warehouse has been making shoes that fall apart for a very long time.
So the company's clothes, it's intentional that they fall apart over time.
Over time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they actually designed the hat I'm wearing tonight.
I think it's a brilliant idea, but now no drug dealer's going to use that. You can't fling those over the... I'm selling wheat. I need another pair of shoes.
Someone's like, I smell a stir fry.
All right, back to Team 2. Liv, have you got something for us?
Okay, so in England, there's a clock tower that's been broken for like 12 years, and they got quoted $100,000 it was going to cost to fix it. So these two guys, they were doing maintenance, and they just kind of went up there and just fixed it with a can of CRC. And I think we have a photo of Dick and Jay. Yeah, so they kind of look like they've made a robot girlfriend and they're fighting over who gets the key.
So quoted 100 grand, fixed
Quoted
it for
100 grand by the people who were fixing Big Ben. They were
Right.
like, the scaffolding, and these two guys were like, nah.
So they fixed this is in England, right?
Yeah.
And they fixed a clock for, like, with a can of oil.
Yeah.
Is this cultural appropriation of Kiwi ingenuity?
Exactly. That's why I'm warming to the story.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. I do also think they belong to a club of clockmakers who are going to look at this photo, which is obviously posed.
Yeah.
And they say, look at Jay with the WD-40 up there. You're never going to bloody fix it by spraying it from that distance. Bloody hell, he's not even near the cog mechanism. Well, that is good news. I felt a sense of joy for at least 45 seconds during that game. But the best news came from Liv. I love fixing the clock. It's very Kiwi. Add in a bear that got acquitted. Congratulations, Team 2. A star for you. All right, time now for Quiz 3 Never Repeats on 7 days. In this game, we look at this 7-day period, but back in history. And while doing so, put our panellists through a gruelling trivia quiz. Teams, if you could get your whiteboards at the ready, please. Here is your first question. On this week in 1933, what monster did the world meet for the first time? 1933 was the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge began in San Francisco. The 42nd National Chess Championships were held in Auckland, won by M.E. Goldstein of Sydney. We're going to start with you, Chris. In 1933, what monster did the world meet for the first time in this week?
Still scarring kids to this day. It's Harold the Giraffe.
Long, tall drink, but incorrect. Sorry, Chris. Joseph.
The 30s, of course, was introduced us to a monster that I would say plagues us to this day.
Yes.
And that is toxic masculinity. Brackets Hitler.
Interesting guess. Not correct. Mel.
I have decided to do a piece of art, and I have
wow.
drawn a Monster energy drink.
Yes.
And to make it more realistic, I put it next to a virgin.
He's sitting right here now. He's sitting right there.
I don't drink that. Mum says it has too much caffeine in it.
Urzila.
Well, this is quite a heavy one, Jeremy. Yoko Ono was born. She ruined the Beatles. So,
Have you
what
not
a
seen
monster.
Peter Jackson's 7-hour documentary?
I just don't have that kind of time.
Right, Liv.
I just tried to think of the worst thing I could.
I guess we're not winning tonight, are we?
Okay, no one's got it right so far. All right, Ray, can you help us? In 1933, what monster did the world meet for the first time?
I wrote just the Great Depression.
Which you're still going through, but...
Look how sad he looks.
The answer is King Kong, the film that pioneered special effects such as stop-motion monkeys and fake planes flying around New York, the latter of which could be used by George Bush when he faked 9/11. Question 2. This week in 1998, early March, Titanic became the first movie to do what? Harrison Ford in 1998 was named the People magazine's sexiest man alive. MP3 files were created for the first time in 1998. But born in 1998, Paris Jackson, Jaden Smith and Bindi Irwin. All offspring of famous people, of course.
My dream blunt rotation.
All right, this week in 1998, what did Titanic become the first movie to do, Chris?
I think I might have the proper answer here, maybe.
I like how you're shocked.
Did it reach $1 billion?
It did reach $1 billion!
But mainly on popcorn and ice cream.
It was the first movie to gross $1 billion at the global box office, which I'm sure was a huge honour for all the loved ones of those who perished. Here's your next question. We're going back to 1963 when I was 4 years old. Why was the hula hoop in the news in 1963? 1963, big year for celebs. Michael Jordan, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Whitney Houston, George Michael, Steve Johnson, who's not a celebrity, but he was my mate at school. The push-button telephone was invented, so we could stop doing the rotary dial thing, which is great. All right, on this week in 1963, why was the hula hoop in the news? Urzila.
It's tragic, actually, Jeremy. So many kids had to get cut out of them. It's actually quite dangerous.
All right, Liv.
They discovered it was the same shape as the Earth, flat.
Oh, that's incorrect. Ray?
The hula hoop, they revamped the design to put a big hole in the middle.
I like the answer, but it's not the one I'm after. Chris?
The first drunk uncle put his back out and won.
That's a drunkle.
And a gay one's a drug uncle.
Did they put a hula hoop around a sea? They copyrighted the design?
Wow, good stuff. Joseph, that is the correct answer. Well done. It was patented. The hula hoop is, of course, a large hoop that kids would play with outside. And for those of you who weren't around back then, outside is where we used to go before the pandemic. All right, by my count, Team 1, you have prevailed in that game. Congratulations. You passed the quiz 3 test. OK, it's time for a break now, during which you should pay attention because we are going to announce the winning caption in this week's Let's Be Frank competition. Thank you, Frank Energy, for bringing that to us. Good luck. Hope it's you. Keep an eye out for that. We'll be back soon with Beat the Ding on 7 Days. Welcome back to 7 Days. It is time now for an exciting round of Beat the Ding, where I challenge each panellist to make a list in a high-stress, time-sensitive environment. This is a chance for teams to catch up or extend their lead, because each successful ding beater is worth a whole star. That is correct. Ding beater, one of my nicknames in high school, incidentally. Right. For ding number 1. Sad news, the tourist attraction Rainbow Springs in Rotorua has permanently closed after 90 years. Liv, name all 7 colours in the rainbow in 5 seconds.
Blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, yellow, purple, purple, purple.
No.
She got stuck.
Can anyone do it?
In the rainbow?
Yeah.
Red,
Red, yellow,
orange.
yeah, red and yellow. Pink, green, purple, and orange. Blue, actually, we're missing rainbow.
That's unfair. See, you're part of the rainbow community.
We move on. No star for you, sorry, Liv. Next story. This week, Elton John's private jet had to do an emergency landing after hydraulic failure at 10,000 feet. Chris, you have 10 seconds to name 4 Elton John songs and 2 Makes of Aeroplane.
And 2 more?
Makes of Aeroplane.
Okay, I'm Still Standing. Rocket Man. Crocodile Rock, is that what it's called?
Yes.
I Love Big Butts and I Cannot Lie.
2 planes.
The JQ797 to Wellington. NZ454 to Invercargill.
Very good. Very good. If you'd done it in international alphabet code, I would have paid that. No. Sorry, Chris, no star for you. We move on. This week, new findings show the number of 13-year-old smokers in New Zealand has dropped. It's good news, to an all-time low. Urzila, you have 13 seconds to name 7 cigarette brands.
Chesterfield, Marlboro Light, Rothman Light, John Player Special, Craven A, Benson Hedges Special.
Oh, it's good to get a bit of old cigarette promotion.
All right, Urzila, well done. Star for you. Star for Team 2.
I mean, I have cancer now, but...
Winning the game, that's all that counts. All right, Kiwi Paul Cole made history this week by becoming the first Kiwi to be #1 men's player in the world. Mel, you have 5 seconds to name 1 squash player that isn't Susan Devoy.
Oh, you mentioned the lady that was a politician or the race relations commissioner.
Susan Devoy. He didn't name Paul Cole.
Paul Cole, you could have said Paul Cole. He was the guy who's now #1.
But you said he was you didn't even mention squash in the beginning. You said he was the #1 player.
Did I? Did I mention squash?
You didn't mention squash.
Oh, yeah, well, OK, I introduced that fact late in the piece, but all part of the game. So no star for you. Brilliant game of Beat the Ding. And with that, I can now reveal our champion team for the week. Let's go to the star chart. There it is. Congratulations, Team 1. Here are your shots. You may put them, take them away. The heavy balls, you've earned them. That is 7 days for this time. Thanks for joining us. Please join me in thanking our panellists this week, Chris, Joseph, Mel, Urzila, Liv and Ray. We'll see you in 7 days on 7 days. Good night.
Thanks, New Zealand On Air. Thanks to your funding, we could stop having this show made entirely by 6-year-old Gloriavale children.